Oh, there you are, YouTube. All right, October 4. What are we watching, buddy? Can you reach up there? There we go. It is that fresh?
Oh, uh-huh.
Awesome. There we go. That's what we're watching. I don't know anything about this.
Time for the...
Okay, before we get to the movie, I'm going to show what we did earlier in the day. Going to have to voice over this because the music was just, creating Copyright City. So, yeah, we went to a place called Prairie Gardens. They got all sorts of Halloween decorations that we just wanted to spend the day checking out. This place also does great Christmas decorations, which were out. But yeah, kind of a Halloween is the reason we came out here to see if there's anything we wanted. But I did like we see here, that Thanksgiving was getting some play. You never hear about the Thanksgiving decorations, but this place had some. Very cool that this was here. I love these. Like that turkey illustration there is wonderful. If we decorated more for Thanksgiving, I think that would be fun to do. So yeah, here's some Christmas stuff. I guess I'm going to show a lot of Christmas stuff as well. I like that Santa. I like Santa figurines, Santa statues, things like that. Anything that looks like a rustic or older antique Santa kind of looks cool to me. I can't remember what she was saying right there. But yeah, these Santas are pretty cool. Actually, now that I think about it, I think maybe most of what I filmed was Christmas stuff in here. Look at this dude. He looks awesome. I like that he's got the fluffy beard there. Got the Christmas trees. I like this one here with all the packages. Oh, man, I really like that one. This is cool here. So yeah, check this out. We got all sorts of fall decorations, and all this stuff is it's not terrifying or anything like that. That's a cute little mouse. It's all just tasteful fall decor. Nothing extra spooky here. Look at that. What is that? We got a pumpkin head doing yoga. I like that ghost on the bike. That's cool. Some pumpkins here. This tree's awesome. I do like that. Same thing with that. I like how we're blending everything. That's like a snow globe Christmas tree, but Halloween, dark Christmas, or I don't know. It's look at this. This is extremely garish over here. This is like cookie Christmas. That's actually what I like about this place. They segment off each theme. Here's garish pink Christmas over here. I don't think I got footage of it, but there was polar bear Christmas in one area. Here's more Halloween stuff. I like this cat pillow right here. Let's see. I like the cat stuff. I think that's cute. The cat skeletons. I don't know about that. I probably wouldn't want that in the house. But I do like a lot of this stuff here. Okay, we got the witch happening. Tombstones, some mummies. This is mummy Halloween. That reclining skeleton back there. Pumpkin pillows. Pumpkin tree. Look at that tree topper there. The hand, that is awesome. Got the skeleton just hanging out in the tree with some Halloween lights. That's cool. I do like that. I wouldn't mind celebrating that way. Look at that cat thing. That's cute. A Halloween tree. Look at this. This is like a blend. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas right here. With the tree with a bat on it. That is just, I don't know, Tim Burton's changed the game all those years ago. And then back to that cat, because that's the cutest thing. I love that image right there. So that's Prairie Gardens. Here now we're in Michael's Boo Boulevard. I don't really like any of the stuff they have lately, but that clown's kind of cool. That's a little spooky. Got that dragon skeleton over here. And kids are having fun with that. Looks like some nutcrackers there. See, the Christmas and Halloween, they're just crossing over. Got the pink ghost. This looks like a Damien Hirst sculpture, sort of, but this is more of a disco ball style than diamonds, but that's cool. This rabbit here on a toilet. I don't know about that. And we've got some frogs over here. Peace sign. Black and orange hats. This guy's kind of spooky. I like that. There's only one. It kind of makes me think of Mars Attacks. How about you? Is that what your mind's thinking about, Mars Attacks? Kids are trying to get on that thing. Okay. I like that cat there. This cat here is cute. Dog ghost, cat ghost. All this pink stuff. I don't know. This just seems like out of date. Seems dated already. Like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I'm not sure if that's still in style. This is nice and spooky. I like that. I like this dude. I like the pumpkin head skeletons, pumpkin head. Oh, that guy is freaky. That's cool. The pumpkin head scarecrows. I like that kind of stuff. Creepy dolls. So yeah. We also went to a festival, and here are the kids decorating pumpkins. We got balloon animals. They had these Instagram wall type things here full of leaves. And then here are the three of us right here in front of all of these skulls and skeletons. Good day. Okay, back here at the Tucci table, getting ready to watch the movie now. It's called Fresh. I don't know anything about it. All I know is the title. Couldn't tell you a single actor in it. Don't know if we're streaming it or I guess we are. We're gonna stream it because I don't own it. But yeah, this will be a first time watch. Know nothing about it. Let's check it out. Okay, just watched Fresh. That was cool, going into a movie knowing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I didn't know who was in it. I didn't know any of the plot. This was just a title that my wife put in there so she knew, but I had no idea about anything. And the funny thing is, and so I'm going to keep this spoiler free, but there might be because I think it's such a intense buildup that it's best to keep it spoiler free. But I think some of the things I say may be, I don't know, hintish or something. So I guess somewhat beware, of what I'm gonna say. But the movie's called Fresh, and I kept wanting to call it Flesh because that sounds like a more horrific title, and it could have been called that. But anyway, this movie has Sebastian Stan in it, talking about that Winter Soldier, also Pam and Tommy Lee, and then that other movie he was nominated for an Oscar for, and Daisy Edgar Jones, who I don't know too well. I think she's in Twisters. I never saw Twisters, but I saw her in some Mormon show, and maybe a show about crawdads or something like that. I don't know her too well, but she was in this. She was kind of the lead, her and Sebastian Stan. In this movie, it follows some general, horror plot beats to where you're kind of this is familiar, but it's also still really entertaining. And some of those familiar things, they flip them on their head in an unexpected way. And at the end, you're like, wait a second. They completely undid what usually happens, which I thought was very cool. And it's funny because it almost feels like a loose end, but it's not a loose end. This one thing that I'm trying to not tell you about. You're watching it, this thing starts happening, and you're like, oh, here it is. Here's that thing that we see in every movie that's somewhat like this. And then it doesn't happen. And then, and then you're like, oh, at the end of the movie, you're like, oh, that didn't happen. Which was cool. And I love that they took us on that journey all the way to where it would happen, and then it didn't happen. It wasn't I don't know. It was funny. But yeah, this movie I thought was very intense, even though so many of the things felt familiar with movies that are like this, you know. But that's not saying this movie's a ripoff or anything like that. It's just somewhat following a formula for this type of movie. But you would also say that about the best movies that use this formula. So I'm not trying to say this is just a rehash or anything like that. I think it does some interesting things, and it's very grotesque in a lot of ways. And it's interesting when I think back, though, visually, it's not extremely grotesque. A lot of that is in your mind as you're watching it, which I think is great that they're able to pull that off, making it seem much worse than it is because they're not showing you stuff. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, good movie. I thought, I don't know, some people may think it's a little too beat for beat cliche and based on, you know, what type of horror subgenre it is, but I don't know. It worked. I don't think I'm gonna, I mean, I don't know. I would rewatch it. I would rewatch it, but I'm not like itching to rewatch it. But I totally would rewatch it. Like it was good enough for that. I mean, I don't rewatch a lot of movies anymore. Anyway, like if I rewatch something, it's something from my childhood. But anyway, yeah, I would check it out. I think it came out in 22, maybe 21, 22, and somehow I never heard of it. If I had, completely forgot about it, as if no one had ever mentioned it. Like I assumed it was a 2025. It felt that fresh to me. But anyway, I want to know if you've seen this movie, and if so, what did you think of it? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. It was a good day, did a lot of things. And then, yeah, capped off the day with this film. Thank you so much for watching, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.